Hi, everyone. Welcome to the AAISP Inside Sales Studio. This week's Monday Morning Sales Minute is brought to you by our proud sponsor, Chronologic. Be sure to stick around at the end to hear how their enablement platform can fill your sales rep's calendar with qualified meetings and demos through a simple automated process. Hey, everyone. Welcome to this week's Monday Morning Sales Minute here with Mary Hoffman. Mary, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Bob.
It's great to have you. Mary is the founder of Premier Travel Group, Inc., and her and I talked a couple of weeks ago about President's Club and incentive trips. Really? Even when there's not a lot of travel going on, but there will be in the future, and I thought it would be beneficial to the sales leaders out there to get a couple of ideas and thoughts from Mary. Mary, one of the things we just talked about was this idea of local is the new global. What does that mean for, sales incentive trips?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I love that phrase, local is the new global. And I think we're going to be seeing that, for a little while out here. It really could be a year or more when we start to see meetings, conventions, large gatherings start to convene. Hotels have staggered and stacked openings where they're only allowed to have a certain percentage of occupancy, and they're following all the social distancing rules and, just trying to dot their I's and cross their T's. And so we are seeing the travel industry come back, however slow it may be or gradual process it may be. There are people who are traveling. I think I mentioned that I have clients who just got back from St. Lucia, Turks and Caicos, and Cabo. There are some small staggered groups that are going out, but for the next year, where local is the new global, I think we're going to see more travel to what we call in the industry second cities.
Yeah.
So if you live in Texas, maybe that's going to be the San Antonio Riverwalk. If you're here in California, where I am, it's going to maybe be Catalina Island or someplace in wine country. If you're in Florida, maybe Orlando or Fort Lauderdale.
In Arizona, my wife and I just went up to a resort in Sedona, a 2.5-hour car drive, and it was great time. For the last question for you, for the sales leaders out there, are you seeing any motivation incentive type trips where they're sending just a rep or two or three, a very small group, or even an individual to take advantage of maybe a nearby city?
Yes, absolutely. So we're calling that Book Your Own President's Club, where
I love it.
We're partnering with the VP of sales or the decision makers to kind of help those who want to travel, who've made a large amount of effort to, keep the drive and the performance going within their company. And they want to make sure that they are recognized and rewarded for the effort that they have made. So we're able to partner with them to just send either them or a handful of people to a local destination. So on a Book Your Own President's Club.
I love it. If you're a sales leader out there, let's get after it, right? Who doesn't want to get away, even if it's a nearby city? Book Your Own President's Club. Mary, for anyone watching this, to talk to you a little bit more about these ideas, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Sure, you can reach us on our website, so premiertravelgroupinc.com. I love connecting and networking with people on LinkedIn, which is how you and I met through a mutual colleague. And so that would be two good ways to reach out to me.
It's, it's always the right time to think about incentive trips and P Club. I love President's Club. All right. Mary, thanks so much, everyone. Good selling. Stick around just for a minute to watch a short video from our sponsor. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
That's incredible. Okay.
It's really cool.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm super excited about this. I really want to make this happen.
Right now, times are challenging, right?
It's a crazy time right now.
It's become very clear we're just picking the phone up and making phone calls. We'll never make it.
I don't want to have another 45-person SDR team in this company. I'm kind of done with that. It's just way too much ergs of energy. So,
talking about Chronologic to folks this week, I was like, it's this really cool technology that, helps you execute on all the investment that was made from a sales and marketing perspective.
Like I'm a believer. You've got to get meetings on the calendar.
I think the more calls that we can get lined up on their calendar, the better, because otherwise they're just smiling and dialing.
Chronologic's working in the background. Chronologic's doing the back and forth.
Chronologic could take over and be the last mile in getting that meeting booked.
It's so direct, right? It's like a direct CTA. You're not really sending a link to an article. You're not trying to get them to click anywhere. You're trying to book a meeting.